Did y'all hear that? That's new.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess that's a new feature for Zoom. Okay, so we're going to be talking about our Hcpcs, which is our little book. And I just wanted to show you that this is my new one, and I've already started to tab, and I tabbed my index, my table of drugs, and my modifiers. So if I want to refer to those very quickly, I can just open it up. But then I also put the alphabet tabs. Like this is all of my A's, all of my B's, all of my C's. So that if I have to go to J6, I can just pull J and I'm right there. So you do not have to do your manuals this way. I just have to say, this manual, we're pretty much done with it. But whenever you take your certification exam, if there's questions for your Hcpcs on there, it's just a neat little tool and it's a time saver. It's a 3-hour test. You're going to have plenty of time, but anything to save extra time is great. So Miss Erin just started, it's her first day today, so I'm going to give her a minute to get in, and I'm going to say this again. Hey, Erin, how are you? Hi, Erin. She's getting set up. Oh, and here comes Abigail. Oh my goodness, y'all, we're filling up fast. I'm sorry, I just get too excited. I can't help it. There's Abby. All right, so Erin, did you guys get your books yesterday?
No, ma'am, I haven't
gotten them. Okay. Well, today, just like we talked about, just do the video and we'll fill in blanks the best we can as we go through. So, but we're talking about our Hcpcs book, and I was just showing them how I labeled, tabbed mine, the different areas, and then the tabular, because remember the index is where we look it up, and the tabular is where we double check the code, because we always we code 2 ways. Index, then we go read the description in the tabular. If we look it up on Google because we can't find it, do we just leave it and just go with what Google says? No, we always code 2 ways. The reason we code 2 ways is because we want to make sure it's as specific as possible so that we get as much money for the doctor as we can without over coding. Remember, we're optimizing, not maximizing. Okay? So who remembers what Hcpcs stands for? Health, Common, Procedure, Coding, System. So Hcpcs stands for Health Care, Common, Procedure, Coding, System. Okay, who remembers what CPT stands for?
Procedural
Come on,
terminology.
guys, we got to remember these things. I know. Current procedural terminology. Procedural, AL, procedural. You know, my speech, I say procedural, but if it says procedure, that is not the right one. It's procedural terminology. Current procedural terminology. Make sure you know when these books were developed, and make sure you know who developed them. Hi, Abby. All right, so now we're going to get to code. I know, Erin, that you don't have your book, so if you just kind of want to, and I'm recording this, so I'll upload it in daily assignment. So if you get your book today, you can go back through and rewatch it and kind of go through the steps.
Okay.
Hang on just a minute, guys. The student is texting and trying to get into class. Okay. So we're going to be using our Jamboard again. So we're going to talk about Hcpcs coding. This first scenario I answered for us because I want you to remember that sometimes we have to think outside the box, and sometimes If we pick the wrong key term to look up, it's okay. If we can't find it, we just pick another term because sometimes we don't pick the right words. So this scenario says a physician provides an ankle splint to a patient. So the main term is splint, and then our code is L4631. But I just kind of wanted to show you because we could have looked up ankle, but maybe it wouldn't have been under ankle. I looked up splint, but I'm just kind of wanting you to see that if you don't choose the right word the first time, choose another word to look up to get your code. Sorry, guys. Okay, so a physician orders a raised toilet seat for a patient to use at home. Sorry, there's no space in between at home, which DME supplier provides. DME stands for durable medical equipment. So what are we looking for?
The toilet
Raised
seat.
toilet seat.
Yeah, a raised toilet seat. But when you go into the when you go into the Hcpcs manual and you look in the index, you're going to be looking under main term toilet accessories. It's not going to be under just toilet seat. It's toilet accessories. Of course, if you would have gone to toilet, you would see accessories there and it would click. So our main term is toilet accessories. And you guys find me your Hcpcs code. So in our index, we go to toilet accessories. And it just gives us a whole line of codes there, right?
Right.
Now let's talk about this. It has E0167 through E0179. So those are ranges. It's going to be between, those ranges. But then it has 3 individual codes we can look at also. So we don't literally have to look through E0167 all the way through E0625. So we would start with E0167, right? So let's turn to E0167. Let's get there. And we're going to see that that's the durable medical equipment section. So I'm looking on page 201 and I see bath and toilet aids as I'm looking through the section of, or the range of codes it's telling me. And so have you guys made it to 201 yet? I found my answer on 202.
Well, I found an answer on 200,
Me too.
and it's under commodes in our book.
Yeah.
A raised toilet seat? I still don't see it.
Okay, so what code do you have, Miss Kelly? What did you get?
Just a second. E0172. Seat lift mechanism placed over or on top of a toilet.
Okay, well, let's look at E0244.
Raised toilet seats. Okay.
Okay, I see it there.
Yeah, that's it.
So do we like E0244 better?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I just want to be transparent, Miss Kelly. Yesterday when I was looking it up, that's where it brought me to. And then, but I know enough to know that doesn't line up, that this is a mechanism and that's not just a basic raised toilet seat and durable medical equipment. You know, it's not it's not fancy in any way. Hi, Jasmine. It's not fancy in any way.
Right.
So, you know, that's why I kept looking. And then I just happened to look over and see bath and toilet aids. And I was like, that's where I need to be. Some of it's not always cut and dry. Some of it you got to look for a little bit, but getting in your manuals and getting to know what's there, that's when your mind's going to start saying, hang on a minute. I know that there's a whole section on bath aids and toilet seats. What a funny thing to I know it sounds funny that during the day you're going to be going, oh, I know where the toilet seats are in that book. That's kind of what happens if you happen to code with supplies, because most of this is supplies, right? Drugs, supplies, injections, dental work. So I never used Hcpcs when I was coding. We just didn't use it. So, but anyway, okay, so we're going to go back and we're going to get another scenario. Okay, the reason for the encounter was anxiety disorder. Our procedure was administered Librium 10 milligrams. So we need to go where?
Table of drugs.
We need to go to our table of drugs. Our table of drugs, is it listed under true name or is it listed with generic names?
Generic.
Generic, that's right.
Generic.
So let's look for Librium.
It's J1990.
Okay, Speedy, hang on for the slow people.
Sorry.
I'm not there yet. No, you're good. You're good. We're having coding discussion. This is fun.
But
So let's take a look at it, at Librium. That first line or that first column, it says up to 100 milligrams. It could be IM, IV, intramuscular, or intravenous. J1990. Now, do you see? We just need 10 milligrams. But because it says up to 100 milligrams, that is still a good code. Does that make sense to you guys?
yes, ma'am. Because
Okay.
it's up to 100 milligrams.
Because it's up to 100 milligrams. Now, just pay attention to what your columns say, and it will lead you in the right direction. Okay. A 12-volt battery and battery charger. Okay, I'm going to give you a little hint. You're going to need two codes because you need it for the battery and the battery charger.
E106, no.
So when we look up battery, we see battery, and beside it has L7360 through L736, or no, and then it says L7364 through L7368. So I would write those down. I'm going to show y'all. Let me see. I'm not so great at remembering these code ranges, so I have one of these little,
L7364.
I keep me a little pad to write it down so I don't have to remember numbers. I keep something handy to write on all the time when I'm coding, just because I have trouble remembering all the letters and numbers and so forth. So just a little tip there. Okay.
So it'll be. Okay, got it. L7364 and L7366.
So whenever we get to the correct code, both of our codes are one's right below the other.
Yeah, right.
Have you found your code ranges yet, Miss Rhonda and Miss Roblin?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't, that's what I was trying to tell you. I didn't know if you heard me, but I don't have that book. I've been using my ebook. Never received it.
I'll let them know.
And I've been,
Yeah, you should have.
Yep, I've been-
Yeah, I'll let them know, Miss Roblin.
I've been on my,
Is the ebook working
ebooks.
okay for you?
Yeah, it's doing good.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Then it's
but
not
I-
a huge hurry, but yeah, I'll make sure. I'll let
Yeah.
them know you didn't get your paper Hcpcs.
Okay.
Okay, so who has the code for the battery?
L7364.
Yes. Okay, Miss Kelly, do you have the code for the charger?
L7366.
Does everybody agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you absolutely positive?
Very charged.
They
Yes,
fall for
ma'am.
it every time. What do I say about confidence in your answers? Yes, it's right. When you choose a code and I say, are you absolutely positive? This, what do I want to hear you say? Yes, ma'am, and this is why. Right? There's no question that those were correct, guys. I know
Right,
it's so
'cause
hard
it's
for me to
12
keep
volts.
my game face on. All right.
Well, you're
let's
good
get-
at it.
My kids think so too. Okay. Number 4 says a CPAP device. So this is very simple. You're just going to your index and you're going to look up CPAP. It's right there.
Nice.
E0601.
Okay, guys, when you find your answers, I know it's exciting to say it out loud, but give the class time to get their answers, please. Now, once you get to CPAP in the index, you're going to see there's a whole list of codes. The device has one code, then you have headgear, humidifier, and intermittent assist. So we're looking for the device, the CPAP device. I can't tell who's. Aaron, I flip back and forth because I can't stand not seeing everybody doing it. I like to see who's getting it and who's not, so I'll go back and forth. Jasmine, what do you have? Can you say that again?
E0601.
That's absolutely right. Okay, now those of you who we were talking about this coding scenario with earlier, do not spoil the answer. Number 5 says 100 units of Pitocin through the IV. Where are we going?
Table
It's
of
a
drugs.
drug.
Table of drugs, and we're looking for Pitocin. Okay, so when we look at Pitocin in our table of drugs, what does it say? It says in our green column, which is dosage, correct? It says 10 milligrams. How many milligrams are we needing?
100.
100.
We're needing 100, right? Our code for the 10 milligrams is J2590, but that's just for 10 milligrams. We need to get paid for 100, correct?
Right.
So what we're going to do there is we're going to put times 10.
Okay.
What are you smiling at so big, Miss Sonia?
I took the test last night and I kept doing it. And I said, Lord, I hope I'm right.
Good deal. Okay. Hearing aid assessment. Now, when you get to hearing in your index, you go to aid and you find assessment. It's going to give you 3 codes to choose from. Please hold your answer. It brought us to the S's and the V's, didn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Who's got it?
V5010.
Everybody agree?
I do.
Miss Rhonda agrees? That's right. And see, it just let us write too. That's the wonderful thing about the Hcpcs book. It's not real complicated when you're looking up these things. It's usually pretty lined out. That's one of the reasons why I like that we start with that. Okay, so number 7 is alcohol wipes, 1 box. That one's gonna be a piece of cake.
Mhm.
Abby, this one's yours. As soon as you find it, shout it out.
K4245.
Do we agree?
Yes.
I do. I
Yes,
agree.
ma'am.
Okay, here we go. Back to more. Number 8 is pair of crutches, adjustable wood. Okay, guys, we've got about 15 minutes, so we're gonna kick it into high gear. Our time goes by so fast on us.
Mhm.
I'm going to give you a little hint here. You are going to be looking for crutches, but you're looking for underarm crutches.
Oh. Okay.
Miss Sonia, this one's yours. Put the pressure on.
Mhm.
Do, 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 do. Oh,
I need to see the paper again.
underarm crutches.
Arm crutches.
Wooden. Pair of crutches, adjustable wood.
Okay.
E0. Yeah, E0112 is what I.
That's right.
Mhm.
Okay, number 9 is a standard metal bedpan. Miss Roslyn, Lariana. Okay, y'all listen to me. Number 9 is a standard metal bedpan. I want Miss Roblin, Rhonda, Lariana, and Miss Kelly, look up that one. The rest of y'all look up number 10, nasal cannula.
Okay.
K0275.
Middle. 18.
They see me. Oh, this codes.
Okay, Jada, nasal cannula is gonna be your answer. And Miss Rhonda, you get metal bedpan.
Okay. E0275.
Okay, and Jada, what's nasal cannula? Have you found it yet? It's okay.
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, let's look at it. Cannula. Look under cannula, and beside it's going to be nasal.
They only got one code next to it.
84615. Oh, found it.
84615.
Yep. So that's our practice today. Did this help anybody?
Mhm.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
So our processes through coding is pretty much the same, except for E&M. E&M, we really didn't have to use our index at all, right? We just blocked out where our different spots were, we labeled, and then we looked at it, you know, within the chapter. But the process in coding is the same way every time. You read your scenario, you pick out your key term, look it up in the index, check it in the tabular. Do y'all see that I hung some of my NBC behind
Yeah.
me?
I noticed
It
those.
used to- when I moved out of my classroom, I brought all of my decorations with me. Well, this used to hang over my whiteboards. And so I had my tall friend hang it for me this week because I couldn't reach. But yes, ma'am, Miss Kelly.
Just have a question on the lab for today, number 6, the helicopter transport rotary wing. I was having a little trouble with that one.
Okay, let's do it real quick. Hopefully we don't run out. Go to transport.
I got what I think is right, but I'm not 100% sure.
Today is Thursday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Hang on, I'm looking for my paper copy. I had stuff for myself when I put it up so I don't forget where I have it. I forget where I have it every time. Hang on, let me see if it's in my other manual. What number is that one? Or it doesn't have numbers, does it?
It's number 6 on the lab. The helicopter transport rotary wing 5 miles.
Let me just code it myself real quick. Transport. What code did you come up with?
I have 80431, but I also, because of the mileage, put A0436 times 5 because it was like per mile.
Okay. A4031?
Yes. No, A0431, sorry.
Okay, there I said it wrong, but I'm looking at the right thing. Well, that is the correct code. I am unsure about mileage though. So can I look that up and get back with you on it?
Yes,
Okay.
because the 436 was about miles
Rotary
on
wing
it. So.
air mileage per statute mile. Oh, okay. So you would do the A40431 and then the A0436 per mile. So that's going to be times 3, right? Because it was 3 miles.
I thought it was 5 miles.
Oh, was it? I don't have the scenario in front
I'm
of me.
pretty sure it said 5 miles, but
Yeah,
that's
that's
okay.
what you would do. You would
Okay.
do the, yeah. Good
Okay.
job, Miss Kelly. It took me a minute to, I don't know where I put that exercise at. That bothers me. I usually have paper copies of everything. All right, any more questions?
Oh, ma'am.
All right, well, it was great to see all of you ladies. Let me know if I can do anything to help. Right now, our next Zoom class will be next Tuesday. We'll be doing a review of modifiers, but I want to talk to you for just 1 second about Monday's assignment. It's create a study manual on your CPT. I've already put up a video, but I'm just going to show you guys. I do this kind of stuff because it's crafty, but you do not have to do it like this. You can create just a little study guide. And I put like a CPT, who it's developed by, when it was published. I did the symbols. I did the appendixes, and then I started writing stuff in the middle. When I'm asking for stuff like this, I realize that this is fairly elementary, right? but I'm just asking you to use stuff on hand that speaks to you. If you want to go out and buy a scrapbook and just make it fancy, you're more than welcome to. I use what I've got. I'm not asking you to do that. Use what you've got. You can handwrite it and draw or whatever it is. I just wanted to reiterate, use what you have at home. If you do it on construction paper, and to me, you're studying and you're trying to decide what you want in a study manual. And so because of that, you're going to remember those things, right? Because you're researching, you're writing it down, then you're thinking about it creatively.